next 2 weeks. If you take a look above, you're going to see a game spotting guide that's going to be identify the animals you'll see there today. Now, I can't guarantee we'll see all those animals, but we usually have pretty good luck. Now, folks, if you're going to take any photos, if you take my beautiful face at any point in time, that's okay too. But hold on to those devices tightly, because if anything were to fall out of the truck, I cannot stop to retrieve it, even if it is your $5,000 iPad. Now, just by show of hands, how many first-timers do I have with me? Oh, wow, quite a few. Well, happy first visit to you. And to all you returning veterans, I'd like to extend my thanks to you for choosing Kilimanjaro. I know there's quite a few private African safari companies out there, but here at Kilimanjaro, we go wild. Are you guys excited? Yeah! Fantastic, that's what I like to hear. Now, it looks like the warden has given us a clearance here, so on three, I want everyone to shout Twin Day, which doesn't mean let's go in Swahili. So 1, 2, 3. Oh boy. Alright. Well, Twin Day, yeah, okay. So we're going to start our adventure here in the Little Ituri Forest. Now, you're definitely going to want to keep your eyes and your ears wide open, because these animals love to camouflage into their natural surroundings. But I will do my very best to spot them out here for you. Now, over on the far right, you're going to see the okapi. Now, most people think the okapi is a relative of the zebra based upon the pattern on its tushy, but it's not. It's the only known relative of the giraffe. Now, coming up here to the right, we also have some brown-looking deer with white stripes. They're called greater kudus. Now, we know these greater kudus are females because they don't have any horns. They're going to reach a weight of up to 475 pounds, whereas males, I'll class them, will reach a weight of 750 pounds. Now, we are approaching one of the most important gathering places here in the forest, the watering hole. It usually gives us a fantastic opportunity to see some rare species like the black rhino.
Yeah, we don't normally see that.
Now, hanging out at the top left there, you're going to see the black rhino hanging about. Now, unfortunately for this magnificent animal, hundreds of thousands have been killed over the years, resulting in only 5,000 to remain worldwide. Now, coming up here on the right, going to be some spiced orange antelopes with white stripes. They're called bongos, nicknamed ghosts of the forest, because they're so very rarely seen. You'll notice how their horns lean backwards. That helps them navigate through heavy and thick brush when escaping predators. Now, this bongo closest to us here on the right, that's our baby bongo. I know, it's so cute. I'm gonna wrap them up and take them home. Now, friends, I'm not going to be able to stop for every single animal, but I will go nice and slow so you can get a good look at them. So make sure you're on your toes with those pictures, because that animal could quickly turn from an animal into a tree. Now, would you all like to go right or left? Right? Alright. Down to the right we will go. Now, homie's going to lead us on over to the Safi River. If you cross your fingers, we even encounter some hippos. Have any hippo fans on board? 1, fantastic. 2. Alright. Now, coming up here on the right are a couple of hippos hanging about. Now, not to worry, folks. On the left, we're going to cross the river here and hopefully find some more on our side. Now, interesting facts about hippos, they can hold their breath for up to 8 minutes at a time. And during the nighttime, they'll come up on the bank and eat up to 150 pounds of grass. That's about as much as I weigh. Now, over on the left, there are a bloat of hippos. A bloat is what you call a group of hippos. Now, despite how hippos look, they are excellent swimmers, but given the right circumstances, they'll even just walk along the bottom. Now, if you placed a hippo on land and raced it against a human, the hippo would actually win. Now, you see those very large white birds on the center island there. They're called pink-back pelicans. They gain this name based upon the pink pigmentation they get during the mating season. Now friends, along with Nile hippopotamus, what else do you think you'll encounter inside the river? Fish, yes, and what else? Think larger. Alligators, close. This is Africa, so we have Nile crocodiles. Now these crocodiles can get as long as 20 feet. That's about as tall as a full-grown giraffe. Now sometimes you may see them with their mouths wide open. That's not to look ferocious. Make sure you guys stay seated, please. They only eat once a week. Now they keep their mouths open not to look ferocious, but to help regulate their body temperature, as they're endothermic animals, which means they're cold-blooded. Now we're going to head on over to a completely different ecosystem, but we're going to find some completely different animals. Now coming up here on the right is an upside down looking tree. It's actually called the baobab tree. Now this resilient tree can live for thousands of years and stores massive amounts of water inside of its huge trunks. It's also leafless for 9 out of the 12 months of every year. Now friends, I'm going to go poli-poli for you, which means very slowly in Swahili, because this is my absolute favorite view on the reserve, the Serengeti grasslands. It stretches for hundreds of miles across Africa, serving as a superhighway, no, not just for our trucks, but for millions of migrating animals every year. It's home to the most famous animals like lions and elephants, and this is the wild Africa we are trying so hard to conserve. Now coming up here on the right, going to see some very tall mammals. In fact, they're the tallest mammal in the world, the giraffe. Now the giraffe can stand at heights of up to 20 feet. A baby giraffe can be born as tall as 6 to 7 feet. And here on the reserve, there are two types of giraffes, Maasai and reticulated giraffes. The one closest to us here is a Maasai giraffe. Note how its coat is very disorganized and random. Whereas the one to the far side to the left there is a reticulated giraffe. Note how its coat is very organized and outlined in that white lining. Now the word reticulated comes from the Latin word reticulata, which means net-like. Just like human fingerprints, their coats are unique to them. And although giraffes may look like slow and docile animals, they can actually run up to speeds of 35 miles per hour. Now, does anybody here know what you call a group of giraffes? No? What does Rapunzel live in? A tower, there you go. That's what you call a group of giraffes, is a tower. Now coming up here on the far left-hand side there, you'll see the sable antelope. It's the primary emblem of the Harambe Reserve. You know how its coat is very dark? That's because he is the dominant male of the herd. His horns will get from 4 to 4.5 feet long. He loves to spar other sable antelopes with them. And they are not afraid to charge a lion head first. Now coming up to the left and right of us, there's some very large dirt mounds. They're actually called termite mounds. Termites construct them using the combination of their saliva, dirt, and the sun, which makes it hard as concrete. Elephants use them as scratching posts. And antelopes love to mount upon and to give them a good vantage point to see if there's any predators around. between the trees on the left, we're going to see a herd of white-bearded wildebeest. They have one of the largest animal migrations in the world. Now, their name derives from the original group of people who first found them, thought their faces looked like wild beasts. Hence their name, wildebeest. On the far right, there's also a loner wildebeest there.